Right, so the last test fizzled, just like the first test. I tried just doing 2 tapes across and then just tape across the end, but I found the best way might be to do a whole solid piece one way, whole solid piece one way, this way, this way. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a wrap all the way around. And I give myself just a little bit overlap to press out that seal. And let's see, I only spent about 5 pounds pressure on that last one. So here's another test. Okay, 4 might be too much, but that sounded awesome. This back, this plug seems to be holding up. It's taped in as well. So I need a little bit more pressure on the back. So I'll put another layer of tape on that. I need to figure out a better seal with less tape on the front, but that worked out. So let's try to get it more reliable. All right, so put some Gorilla tape on this end, just help reinforce that a little bit. And I'm tearing up my cardboard tubing here just a little bit with the sticky layers, so I put a protective layer of tape around the end of that. And just for curiosity, I'm gonna try, see if this does a good seal with that house tape, just a square of that house tape that goes completely over the edge. Let's see, we're still at 60 pounds. So let's see what this does. I bet it fizzles. And it fizzled. All right, so I'm gonna do a wrap around that and see if we can get it to pop. All right, so it's still the house tape. Now I put a layer of painter's tape around that. Kind of make sure that that's good and sealed. And maybe this thinner, of course it's plastic rather than paper, so it might just rip open and fizzle as well. Or it might go boom. Here we go. Okay, that made a pop. And what I like about that is that it made a bubble and it popped out the end. And so it didn't pop off any tape. So it ejected no material. And even though it's tape, you know, there's still a possibility that ejecting material could complicate something for somebody. So then what I would do is peel off this outer seal and perhaps peel off this rubber gasket, rubber seal with house tape without damaging the tube. And then cut another square of this and seal it back on there. Wasn't as boom as just the paper tape. So I'm gonna try one more paper tape and see how that works. Okay, so here I did similar. I did one across the middle and then I did one top and bottom. So now it's got one layer of tape, but then there's this seam right in the middle of that. So it's not 4 layers of overlapping tape. And then there's a wrap around that at the end to help improve that seal at the end. So I'm just smoothing these out with my thumb. And hopefully I get a decent seal in that. I'm now on my 3rd test and I'm at 45. So before I have to reload the air tank. So here we are. Gonna go boom. Yeah, just opened up the seals right out the back there. So that was not as pretty. I'm working one-handed, so maybe I just did pull it down a bit. Let's see what that does. Of course, in a show, that's not going to work out because so it's doing the thing here, sticking out there, so I didn't get a good enough seal. So I think maybe I was being defeated by that protective layer. I don't get it with the painter's tape on painter's tape. I don't get a good enough seal for that pop. So I've just added a second one that's coming down into the cardboard. It's not over top of the other layer of painter's tape, and let's see what happens. Nothing. And I'm down to 40, so I'm gonna seal that back up and pump up. All right, so I reloaded the tank. I got 80. Back off this guy. There it is, engaged. So full throttle. Maximum air potential. Let's give this another check. And there goes my nozzle. Yeah, I just don't have a good seal with that. I'm gonna go back to the painter's tape as the seal, but the house tape as the cap. Okay, on this one I put the flashing tape, the house tape around the cardboard tube just to give me something to stick to, a little bit better, and to protect so I'm not peeling cardboard off every layer. And this time I went back to the 4 crisscross, and then I did a final seal around that with a little overlap in the front. I'm 65 pounds, and here we go. Didn't think that was going to take, but it did. Okay, for this one, I went back to 3. I did one down the middle, one on each side, and then wrapped the edges, and then I put one continuous piece all the way around, leaving a little bit of overlap to help seal up and cap the front. I'm at 65 now, and let's see what happens. Yeah, okay, so it's leaking out. It's leaking out these wrinkles. So just grab those wrinkles some more at 45 and see how I'm. Yeah, no good. Okay, so I'm back to the rubber membrane on this end, and just a final paper seal here, so hopefully this bubbles out and then pops. It's not going to be as loud, but hopefully it'll be more reliable. It's at 40 pounds right now. Let's just try. Yeah. Makes noise, and it's simple and definitely more reliable, and it doesn't eject any material, and it worked as low as 40 pounds. So we got a cannon. Boom.